Welcome to final round back nine coverage of the 2022 United States Women's Disc Golf Championships. It's the FA1 card from Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Grant Zellner along with Jennifer Allen.
We are about to crown a new FA1 champion. 9 more holes to go.
And this round has gone by very, very quickly. These players play fast, they get in a rhythm. And as of right now, there you can see Emily Yale with a 3-stroke lead overall. Virginia Polkinghorne in second, Alexis, Kerman in
just
third.
Just a few back.
Yep.
Yeah. We're starting off hole number 10. This is our par 5, 537 feet. We need a clean drive off the tee. Distance is not that important. What is important is staying off the rough on the left and the right. If you're off to the left, you're going to be able to approach the basket a little bit easier. It is a downhill slope that goes quickly into the rough that surrounds the basket. Par 5s giving these women plenty of room to just play it safe. We need that to hyzer out.
That's Emily.
Yeah, they're getting really it seems like they're getting excited and trying to get everything they can on these longer holes, but they have plenty of room to reach and still birdie the basket with a shorter drive that's staying in the middle. And that's coming from me, Miss Aggressive. So teach these girls some of the knowledge I've learned over the years. That's where you want to land, right in the middle. Alexis's approach is really good. It's a little bit higher, but that gets her on that left side, which she will be able to see the basket a lot easier. Emily was lucky enough to stay on that outside edge. Nice fading shot. Emily was our only eagle of this hole yesterday. It does not look like that's going to be a possibility today.
Here's Alexis.
She goes pretty big on that shot. It looks like she kind of lost her focus on her release point. Virginia standing a little bit more still. And everyone's kind of finding that right side.
Our fourth member of this lead card, Ceci, Vollbrecht, up next. She is from Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're all putting a lot of angle. And what happens, what it looks like to me, is they know the basket's on the right side of the fairway and they're trying to force it over there. These discs are designed to go straight, to go left, to go right. And if you can just trust your disc and know that if I put it out on the right line, the disc will go over there to that side. So it looks like they were trying to kind of force their angle, and that's leaving them with a difficult approach. Virginia really having to stretch out there.
Not the first time.
This is really just a straight shot if you can trick your mind into that. And she does actually a very good job of keeping it just nice and straight.
Virginia's been putting on a clinic for us over the last couple of days on those awkward stances. Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Alexis nearly taught us something else. Emily nearly drifting that in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about as aggressive as you can get with that big downhill slope. And that's typically what you see, a little tentative, and you try to just keep it low, and that one just slides right under. Virginia with a great birdie. She's going to get one back and try to tighten this up.
Alexis, a well-earned birdie there. This hole playing maybe just a little bit soft as a par 5, but as you pointed out during yesterday's round, Jennifer, lots and lots of different age groups and different players coming through this course of all varying ability levels. So it actually makes perfect sense that our top FA1 card would be able to card a few birdies out of the 4 of them on this par 5. But next up is a par 3. Hole number 11, just 208 feet. This is the second shortest hole on the entire Heiston Park course. The basket hiding from you. There it is, right there on the left.
Yeah, we're going to see the same kind of shot on multiple holes, and they just kind of toss the basket left and right, and you typically have that little bit of object to get around in the middle. Something that they require a lot of the times on these holes is watching the height of release. So Virginia does a great job on not getting it up too high, but you still got to get it up there to the basket.
She was cheering the moment that disc left her hand. She said, "I hit the line, I hit the line."
Alexis hits the line as well and gets a little bit more spin on the disc. That's going to be what she was looking for sure.
I think she skipped that off of Virginia's disc.
Emily puts a little heat. That stable disc is going to cut through that tree and leave her a look for birdie as well.
And here's Ceci.
They are just, it's that one object, and I don't know what it is about your disc that makes you go right towards it. They all seem to sneak through that bush, though.
This is big for Virginia.
Wow, beautiful putt. She's usually throwing in those putts like that for par, it seems like. Glad to see her get to have that birdie putt drop.
And really needed it knowing Emily was in even closer. So here's Emily.
Yeah, and that just puts that pressure on her. This is coming down to the wire. No more rounds to make it up. Emily handles the pressure perfectly.
Maintains that two-stroke lead.
Yeah, gonna keep that two-stroke gap. And this is pretty much just a two-person race here.
And Ceci completes the star frame.
I believe that's our first.
I know it's our first today, but I don't recall any from round 3. I could be mistaken. Either. Boy, that feels like it was a long time ago. These players have played a lot of golf this week in Wisconsin.
Ace Run Pro, give them a like, subscribe, show them the love. Hole number 12, 210 feet, par 3. This one a little tighter off of the tee. They have a little bit more trees to kind of maneuver around, and then we come back to our little tree there in the middle. And this one is tucked off to the right side. A little bit quicker of a green that slopes down, and if you go a little strong, you're going to be back into the bushes. Virginia leading us off. She is 5 under for today's round. Really coming out strong. Slide around that.
Knocks her straight down there. So right at the edge of the circle. Oh, Alexis hit that tree.
Emily's really just knowing that she needs to stay clean for these last few holes.
Okay.
Birdies aren't a must, but bogeys are definitely something we're going to want to stay away from if you want to win a championship. Ceci always has a clean forehand. She does another one for us right by the basket.
Well done there. So after catching that early tree, here's Alexis.
Yeah, doing some fancy footwork there.
Pretty well done.
It's a beautiful approach. Yeah, that's going to be great to save par.
Emily hit the same tree that Alexis did.
Yeah, long bid. Just going to try to lay it up a little softly. She kind of was aggressive with that layup. Oh, wow. That would have really put the pressure on Emily. Such a great bid.
Okay, not gonna lie, I couldn't stand up because there was a branch directly on my head.
I think Emily knows she was a little lucky there. That approach was strong, and that's a fast green. That's something that, going from grass to dirt, you have to, really pay attention.
Mm-hmm. Does well to save the par there.
And another thing, these holes are always, it seems like, uphill, downhill. So it really does make you have to watch what hole you're on. Ceci gets a great 2 to keep herself within the top. Still 2 strokes separating our leaders here with just a few more holes to go.
I like drawing, and I've also gotten a commission for animation.
Wow, Virginia, an artist, not just with the disc. Hole number 13, par 3, 250 feet. This is the hole we mentioned earlier in the front nine as being the one that really brings into play rocks and roots and tree stumps and all sorts of little landmines. Players have to be conscious of those on this particular hole, and most do well to put a lot of air under the disc and try to flight the disc most of the way to the basket. Here's Ceci leading off.
Yeah, a little bit of early release. It looks like it's going to fight most of the way. Hopefully she'll have a look for an easy pitch out. That is the good thing with a lot of these holes are pretty short.
Oh, come on, turn.
Virginia throwing something she thought was a little more stable than that, immediately wanting it to hyzer back for her, and it just doesn't.
Alexis seems to let that one go a little bit early as well, but she's still going to have a look for 2. This tee is a little bit more thick up closer to the tee. A lot of these tees have been pretty open, so you don't feel so guarded that you have to hit your line. It looks like a lot of the girls on this hole kind of felt that, and they kind of pulled their shots a little bit, leaving them a little bit of work to do.
Really good approach there from Ceci, and here's Emily.
Yeah, she's really having to stretch out. I think that's going to be able to get her close enough to save par.
Virginia, what a run that was.
I think she wants this. What do you think?
She's certainly in a position now she needs to start pushing the issue just a little bit, that's for sure.
Good par save.
I wish I had that kind of confidence on all of my par saves from that distance.
Yeah, these women have all been incredible putters all week long. They throw in those pars like they're nothing. Like they've been doing this for 20, 30 years. Like no big deal.
So many par saves from that 20-foot range that are just no problem.
Emily, Emily, I was going to say, is that the right? She really stretched out there twice to try to save that. Virginia slams hers in there as well. All bunch of pars going on to hole 14.
And the lead remains 2.
Hole 14 is 259 feet, par 3. Little bit more open off of the tee and a pretty open hole, except for if you get off left or right, you're going to find yourself some trouble. But this is a pretty open, green, thick grass that they can be a little bit more aggressive on this hole than they have been able to.
Looks like
that has good angle to come back.
Good line, yeah. Like that a lot.
Yeah, beautiful drive.
Well done, Ceci. Up next, Virginia.
Yeah, this is probably their most open hole up high. A lot of the holes have really kind of made them watch the height of the disc. This one, they have lots of airspace. Depending on the stability of the disc, they can use that. That one seems to turn off to the right side.
Might have found an open space there.
Emily had a great drive on this yesterday. She's trying to follow it up. Little bit guarded from that one single tree.
The only obstacle in the circle may cause Emily some issues. Meanwhile, here's Alexis. She did have an opening and makes the most of it.
Perfect out. Yeah.
Virginia looks like just a step outside the circle. Solid bid.
Every time.
Emily having to really stretch out.
Oh, that looked great as well.
And Ceci cards the lone birdie here at the 14th. All smiles.
It's all fun and games until one of those pops out.
Yeah, right. That's kind of what I was thinking. The lead remains 2 between Emily and Virginia. Alexis now being pressured a little bit by Ceci for that 3rd spot. And we look at hole number 15, 319 feet. This par 3 plays mostly slightly downhill off of the tee with a thick line of trees all the way down the fairway to the right-hand side. So the players forced to take that into consideration, playing perhaps a bit out to the left and maybe hoping to swing something in from the left to the right here at the basket.
Yeah, that angle slope of the fairway is going to have the tendency to pull the disc a little bit more stable. So disc selection is important.
Well, Ceci catches a branch, but at least it was one that was kind of overhanging the fairway. Hopefully that drops straight down and she won't have to lean out too far.
Yeah, they seem to have had, that was kind of what you typically see with the sloping fairway is what Virginia's is doing. But this group has had the tendency to kind of anticipate where the basket is today, and they've really been kind of pulling them. Alexis going with a forehand, that is a great choice to keep that disc out on the open side of the fairway and then knife it in perfectly. Just a hair short, but that was a beautiful drive by Alexis.
Emily trying to follow with that forehand, asking it to sit right out of the hand, and it does so before knifing into the trees.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I guess didn't want it to go into the trees, but it definitely needed more distance on it.
So
It's
Emily,
a good approach to try to save par.
forehand, and up there within 15 feet. This is Ceci. Not quite as
she's
fortunate as I hoped she would be.
No, she's got work to do. That looks very thick. She must have some type of hole in front of her to try to go forward with that disc.
Oh dear, I think she fired that right into the bushes and now is playing her third, but hey, she's out now.
That one hits the hole. Yeah, that must have been the hole she was trying to get the first time. To be that aggressive and quick to try to throw it forward, there must have been something she saw. Virginia really trying to punch out, and she does.
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say, I hope that stays in because it looked so good out of her hand. One more time with the run back. You could tell the angle, the height, everything looked perfect. That one did not drop too soon. That was a great putt.
She yelled yes the moment the disc left her fingertips. She knew.
Yeah, you just know. You do. You know when it's good. Unfortunately, a lot of those that we felt like were good were dropping early. So that one was nice to see. It stayed the height all the way in. Oh, you knew that was hard. Right when she let it go, I was like, that was the most aggressive I've seen her putt. Sometimes those baskets just don't allow you to do that. I can say, Virginia, I did the same thing this week. I think a lot of us did. Oh, that's hard to watch.
I don't know, like it's something like I played field hockey and lacrosse in college, a fun fact, or like Center College?
Center College.
Okay.
Another college athlete, Ceci, playing field hockey and lacrosse. That's pretty cool.
Hole 16, 292 feet. Par 3, we have that pretty big guardian tree in the middle that they have to navigate around. Lots of low ceiling all the way off the tee. And then this one actually finishes sharply to the left. Most of these have been going to the right. So the girls are going to have to throw a pretty good backhand hyzer in there. But the low ceiling really makes that difficult.
I really like that play from Alexis, playing dead straight, knowing that if the disc finishes where you want it to, you'll be at circle's edge or maybe just outside.
Yeah, you can't turn it too sharply like that one. Again, thinking where your disc wants to go sometimes makes you cut into the rough quicker than you anticipate. We want to follow that disc all the way down the fairway. But this hole, again, keeping the height is the hard part. And then, like Grant said, allowing that disc to finish towards the basket on its own.
Drawn up pretty well there by Ceci. Virginia putting a little bit of heat on that one. Oh, that was inches from being just excellent. Catches an overhanging branch off to the right of the fairway and rockets back across to the left.
Yeah, I really have felt like this has been one of the harder playing holes, and that's why, there's so many things to get in the way here. Emily gives Virginia a little bit of an opportunity. Unfortunately, Virginia had given her an easy stroke back on that hard putt on the previous hole and doesn't get that one to go up as close as she wants it to. Alexis with a good bid, almost back-to-back big putts.
Virginia just kind of stuck there.
Yeah, that one takes a bad roll too. She's going to have work to do to just get that next putt to go in.
Emily,
good bid.
Off the top of the basket. So Emily kind of leaving the door just a little bit open, though the number of holes left to play running out for the competitors.
Yeah, if Virginia could have kept that putt in the basket on the previous hole, that might have done something. And that's what I was afraid of. That her putt on the previous one just slid so far back. So Emily's mistake on this hole is not really going to cost her anything. Virginia giving her a couple more.
Suddenly, Alexis and Virginia tied there at 1 under par for the championship. And Emily opening up a little bit of a gap with just 2 to play.
Just $3 a month. Join Ace Run Pro's Patreon account and show them their love to keep them out on the course, giving us all this amazing footage.
The penultimate hole here in the United States Women's Disc Golf Championship for the FA1 division, hole 17, par 3, 236 feet. The basket positioned directly between 2 obstacle trees, just in front of the basket.
Yeah, that little bit of an up slope is going to probably make this play about 245. This is a reachable hole for these ladies.
Oh,
and that is a well-thrown disc.
Yeah, gets the great flight out of that. Done for Alexis. Here's Ceci. That one went a long way before it hit something.
Yeah, I can't tell how much she's going to have left to get to the basket, but that one definitely went off to that left side a little bit more than she wanted it to. Emily trying to play safe, just trying to par and get off the course. She keeps it low and in the middle, and there's nothing wrong with that for par. Virginia's going to have to be more aggressive, and she does.
Wow.
That's going to give her a look for birdie, and she has to have that birdie.
Deep breath for Ceci.
Yeah, it's hot out there. I will confirm. It is humid. It is hot. It's been a long week. There's nothing wrong with taking an extra breath right now. So Alexis trying to get this birdie to separate herself from Virginia.
Suddenly a little bit breezy here during the latter part of the round.
Great putt. She knew she needed it. She'd given back so many strokes the last few holes.
Emily takes the casual par.
And then the heart starts beating just like it does on the very first hole. You're down to the last hole, and those nerves come up just as strong. 1 hole to go to crown our FA1 U.S. Women's Champion. Hole 18. This is a par 3, 259 feet. This is a downsloping fairway that, again, is guarded on both sides. So you want to keep it tight through the middle, all the way down, in a pretty fast green. So these women just need to keep a nice clean shot. Try to keep it in the middle. Basket sitting right there. 1 more hole to go.
Back up on us. Great round. Woo! Good round. Good round. Good round.
Virginia's going to take the box. She's trying to hold on to second place right now. Needs a clean drive. That looks perfect.
Oh, nearly hits the pole.
Oh, just too fast with that downhill slope. It puts her right outside circle 1. She did what she needed to do. Let's see if Alexis can follow suit. That looks a little stable. She as well is going to be pretty good outside circle 1. That looks more like about 60 feet out.
Here's Emily as somebody starts shooting off fireworks nearby.
That's when you tell yourself, this is for me.
Yeah.
This is my celebration.
Oh.
Gets the dirt to fly, stays just inside circle 1.
We'll get another look at this one. Yep. This going on the day before the 4th of July, so players dealing with a new and uncommon distraction throughout the course of the day. Did you, Jennifer, during your round hear any fireworks?
I don't think we did, actually.
Certainly going off a lot by the afternoon.
Ceci has a great height, trying to hold it nice and straight and keep it in the middle. She's going to slide right on up there inside circle 1.
There's the future coming down 18 fairway, and Alexis to putt first.
Yeah, these were great drives. They're just used to a lot of these holes. Oh, good bed. A lot of these holes were so uphill. You know, this one being downhill to finish really makes them kind of have to change up their throw. Virginia just needs a par to stay in second. Oh, thought she was going to sneak one more birdie in there. Same thing with Emily. She didn't need that birdie. Cece's like, this is how you lay it up.
Everybody keeping an eye on that leaderboard at this point.
Now, Virginia had putted this distance a little too hard before. Let's see. She takes her time. There we go. She was not going to make that mistake again.
Ceci dropping in. And there's your 2022 United States Women's Disc Golf Champion in the FA1 division, Emily Yale.
To the 2022 United States
So much
Women's
excitement,
Disc
so
Golf
much great
Championship.
sportsmanship between this card. They were the same
FA1
card for a couple of
champion,
rounds.
Emily Yale.
Such a great feeling.
More fireworks going off in the background at just the right moment, and then hugs and congratulations. They begin, and they won't stop until the awards ceremony later on in the day, where all of the champions were recognized and crowned. There's your final leaderboard.
Virginia holds on to second place. Alexis comes into third, and Ceci holds on to fourth. Congratulations to all the women, 320 women out here this week. Congratulations to everyone participating. Emily, congratulations. You are FA1 U.S. Women's Champion.
Thanks for following coverage along here with the PDGA on YouTube and all of our other social channels. There are more majors coming later on this summer, which means more coverage coming your way from the PDGA.